Welcome to the Humility and Unapologetic Podcast. I'm the co-host, nephew Fred. This is
Uncle Adrian. And today we want to introduce our podcast and at this present time give you our mission statement. This podcast sole purpose is to uplift the oppressed, educate, and help grow on a local level. If some of the things we discuss make you uncomfortable, then good. Change isn't always comfortable. We are here to unite those that want to be united, and for those who are tired of the same old ways and the same old whispers about what we would have did or should have did. We want to amplify those whispers by striving for solutions and understandings. Our plan is to pick a topic, bring someone in to share their experiences with our listeners, grow from the information received so that we can come together for the betterment of the people. Because we believe you have to change your community before you can change the world. You agree?
I agree. So, what are we going to talk about today on this episode?
Today we're going to discuss rules to relationship and how music influenced today's relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So we can start off with communication. How communication is the key to a successful relationship.
It is. People don't understand, like, you have to talk to your partner all the time. You can't just discuss with your boys, oh man, she tripping. You can tell her she tripping. She might get cussed out or slapped, but you should at least tell her, how you feel about situations.
Right. And I mean, it's okay to have disagreements.
Oh,
You're not going to agree with everything that goes on in a relationship. You just have to have the courage to discuss that with your partner.
Yeah, I think a lot of men sometimes fear away from telling them how they feel. Oh, I'm getting upset. I'm scared to get them mad. But if you got something to get off your chest, just do it in a nicer way.
Right.
Don't be all mean and fearful. Like, be angry about it. No, just come to a calm state and say, hey, I feel like we should do this, or hey, I feel like I don't like this. We should change this.
Right.
Stuff like that.
And it's all about compromising. You have to compromise with the other person's ideas and values because you're bringing two people together.
Right.
To reach one goal,
mm-hmm.
one accomplishment. And when you reach that level of communication, then I think that you can have a successful relationship.
Yeah.
That's one of the key rules to a relationship
mm-hmm.
is communication. Then also, if you don't know something, ask.
Yeah.
Ask that person, hey baby, why did you do this?
Mm-hmm.
Or can we do this? Ask.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask. If something's bothering you, like you said before, communication, you have to just ask. Like, hey, I want to know why you do this. When you why you get mad or how you get mad. I want to know that. Okay, what makes you mad? Stuff like that, so you can know. Okay, I can't do this to make her mad or make him mad. Vice versa.
Have you had any experiences in the past
with asking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in your past relationships.
I say current, me and Amy, because me and Amy, I always ask Amy, okay, what do you like? What food you like? What makes you mad? What calms you down? I need to know all those things. So if I ever get you mad, I know how to calm you down. I know what's your favorite food. So you got, like you said before, you have to ask. If you don't know nothing, just ask. Like, closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah, that's right. And I feel the same way in my relationship. In the beginning, I kind of carried my past relationships into my current marriage. And I had to realize, part of maturity and growing up, you have to realize that some of those things you leave back there.
Yeah.
You don't bring that into your present relationship.
Sometimes it's hard to let the past go. And that's why sometimes people bring it with them because it was so hurting. Some people know how to let it go. That's
right. So some of them are still seeking closure.
Yeah.
They'll act out or take it out on the new person instead of, back to the thing, communicating and asking, because that's probably why they became single in the first place.
Sometimes we let stuff bottle up, from past, and then, she might say, the wrong thing. You might just explode on her, and it wasn't her fault. You just, instead of letting it all go, you just hold it on, keep it on with you. Like I gotta keep it in me instead of like letting it go. Like every past relationship, you should let it go. Give yourself some time, then let it go.
Right.
That's the best thing. That's what I learned. I learned to give yourself a week or two, or give yourself. It depends how long it's been.
Yeah, take a breath. Man.
Yeah, take a breather. No, don't worry about a female or male. You need to worry about yourself. Take care of yourself. Self-love, self-awareness. You need to learn. You need to learn from your mistakes. That's how I feel.
That's important. Self-love. You have to learn how to love yourself first before you can love someone else.
Right, because nobody else will.
That's right.
Nobody. If you don't love yourself, you're not, in love with who you are. Now, I ain't saying be a narcissist. I ain't saying being that, but love that. Oh man, I know I'm a great man. I know one day a great woman will appreciate me, or vice versa. I know I'm a great woman. I know a great man will love me, stuff like that.
Right. And how do you feel about those out looking for Mr. Right? Does Mr. Right exist?
The thing about Mr. Right is like no man's perfect, and that's what women have to understand. We're not perfect. We have flaws, but the thing is, don't let flaws. If he's great all around, don't let one flaw take you away from him. I got flaws, and I'm engaged because you have to learn that okay. He may have flaws, she may have flaws, but are those flaws big enough to break it off? Right.
And the key thing to that also is don't assume or accuse.
Right.
You gotta take your flaws and don't just assume that I know that it's something that you dislike.
Mm-hmm. That goes back to what we said before, asking.
Yeah.
You have to ask before you know. Just assume. I'd rather ask. Assume, oh, you must be doing this. No, just ask.
Yeah.
You should be open. When you're with somebody, it should be an open book.
Right.
You should be able to talk about any and everything with them.
Yeah, because and this is important to the listeners, every question is not an accusation. Sometimes we just want to know. Mm-hmm. We want to know what ticks you off. We want to know what makes you smile. We want to know what makes you, what drives you, what type of goals you have in life. So we're just asking questions. If you have any type of hurt, any type of grief that you're dealing with. Right. So we're just asking type of question.
Like I said, for past, sometimes, everybody wants to hear about your past because some people get jealous or angry. I know sometimes listening to my fiance past, sometimes I get angry about it. I'm like, I wish I was there to protect you, but I understand that God put you through those trials and errors to make you a better person.
That's right. Yeah, it's purpose. Mm-hmm. Yeah, reasons and seasons.
Right. Exactly.
People come for different reasons and different seasons. So, but the main thing to do is when you do get in a relationship is to become best friends with that person.
Exactly. That's one thing I always learned, man. It's like building a house. You gotta build a foundation. Because at one point in time, y'all might hit a bad fall, but then you can rely on your relationship. Like, oh man, your friendship. Like, oh man, y'all, you start dating, y'all learning each other, then when something bad happens between y'all, like, nothing major. Like, if you cheating, it ain't gonna happen. You and y'all.
Nah, not at all.
It'll be over with. But yeah, that's another thing. Like, just build a foundation, man. Build it from the ground up, man. Make sure you're ready to be in a relationship because you have to be mentally prepared to be with somebody.
Right. Yeah. And when we say become best friends, that's literally what it is. But we're not talking about you have to be with that person 24/8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give that person time to breathe, self-care, time to themselves,
right,
to gather themselves. Because once you start smothering them, then that's when the relationship takes a turn for the worse.
So another advice I would say is don't move in nobody if you're not
you're not ready. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Learn to live with yourself before you can live with somebody else.
And learn your partner's patterns. But you won't know patterns until they actually live with you.
Right.
But that's how most people don't get married now. Because when they find, he do this, he leave his drawers on in the bathroom.
Most definitely.
They don't like, man up, grow up.
Yeah.
Put in, you got laundry basket for a reason.
There you go. And that's by compromising, Amy may hate to wash dishes. So so you as a man, you have to step in and wash the dishes.
Yep.
So you have to compromise, and then by being best friend, and like you say, you're gonna have your ups and downs and your falling outs and stuff. But It's about willingness,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to be in that relationship.
Yeah.
And these are just some of the rules to the relationship that we're just throwing out there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because we've had experience
Right.
a relationship and we're currently in a relationship.
I'm about to enter the marriage life in a couple months.
Yeah. It ain't as bad as they say it is. But just be prepared.
Another thing when you enter a slope like a bad thing is like remember the good times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you fall back on stuff like me and Amy. You know, if we get into each other, we just listen to music.
Yeah,
that's how we get back to each other. We just like we found you know, it might be praise and worship, it might be R&B, it might be some rap. You know, we always try to find something to get us back together. Now, I mean, we hook it up and like we got car ride getting out, we got into it. Somebody play some music, then we will eventually go back to like, oh, you know, we'll go back to talking.
Yeah, but musicians has that influence on everybody. Music is therapeutic.
It is.
You know, and like you say, you could be down or mad at each other, then you could go in a room, put on Marvin Gaye records, and then go in there and do your little goofy dance or whatever. And then,
try to make her happy.
Yeah, put a smile on the face, like, man, you know, life is too short.
Yeah.
To be angry at one another, and if we're in this together, then we have to make it work. So, you know, like I said, let your relationship breathe, find common interests.
Oh, that's amazing.
And explore those interests.
That's amazing. Especially,
you know,
like you know, if you like to travel, find somebody like to travel.
Right.
But find somebody that don't like spending your money.
Right.
Make sure she won't spend her own
They can contribute.
Money. Right. Like,
unless you're just rich and that's what you like to do.
Yeah,
we're not knocking those people with money, but yeah, if you like to travel, find you somebody that likes to travel and is willing
to help you
as well, because that can take a toll. A lot of times relationships fall off because of money.
Finance. Yeah, that's what, you know, matter of fact, me and my dad was talking about that last week. We were talking about finance. Like, most marriages end because of finance, because people don't take care of their money.
That's right. Yeah, it ain't. A lot of people like to think that it's because of infidelity or stuff like that. A lot of it is finances, you know. So make sure you get somebody who's financially sound, or if they have that flaw, make sure you're in a position to help them come out of that
and learn from your mistakes. You know, if you had a bad time saving money, you know, you need to learn from your mistakes. Maybe if she has the same thing, maybe y'all can grow together instead of like both of y'all. Oh, I got extra money. Let me go to the mall, or let me go online shopping. No, save your money, because you never know what would happen. Man, your car might break down. All the money, the extra money you spend on shopping, it could went to your car.
Right.
So stuff like that.
You know, and then it goes back to sacrifices. If you want to stay in an apartment all your life, that's fine. But if you want a house, you have to sacrifice some of those things that you're used to as a single person, like shopping or going to hang with your boys all the time, you know, or, you know, just taking all these extravagant trips. If that's something that you strive is to be a homeowner, then you have to make a sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice all the time you've been spending out, like you said, spending out with your boys, spending out with your girls. You want a house, you got to make sacrifices, because, you know, in order to be at the top, you got to make sacrifices.
That's right, yeah, and because a relationship is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. It's a marathon. Honestly, that's just what it is.
People think
you got to be in it for the long haul.
Right. People think it, you know, once it get bad, everybody, you know, you want to be done. Nah, man, you gotta work. You gotta do the good and the bad. How you expect to want to be married if you don't want to go through the good and the bad? You're not gonna have good days. You're not gonna have sunny days. So you gonna have cloudy, rainy days. Yeah. It's gonna be days you hate each other. Guess what? You're here for a reason. Y'all here to you know, to be for each other. So
yeah, and we want to pull people in to get back to those 20 and 30 and 50 year anniversary relationships that we
those
used to see our grandparents used to have.
Those are real goals that people should strive for, is being married for so long. But, you know, people don't want to be with somebody, you know, because they have a flaw, like we said before, or like, you know, it's when it gets bad. Yeah. Oh, I can't do this no more. I gotta quit. I'm done. I want a divorce.
Yeah, we had these popcorn weddings, you know. They get married quick and divorce even quicker. Yep. So,
because I mean, that's what I was talking about before. Don't move in with nobody if you don't know them. Right. Because that's how some people get divorced when they find out. Oh, like,
then you find the real them.
Because you know, most people, you know, people, some people don't live with each other until they get engaged or married. But I would say it's nothing wrong with that because you never know what kind of person you're going to deal with until they move in with you. So, I advise to make sure you do that because you don't want to be married like, oh, like I said before, he or she do this, I can't stand that.
Yeah, then you find out she'll snore.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, she driving me crazy. I love her, but I can't be with her.
You gotta put earplugs in just to go to sleep.
Yeah,
She a wild sleeper, slap me in my face when she tossing and turning. Who won't get slapped in the face when you're going to sleep?
Yeah, sleeping in separate beds and everything. So, yeah, figure a person out before you make that commitment because you may realize that's not the person that you want to be with. And that's okay.
Right.
Set sail, let that ship, let it go, and try your best to, find yourself or whatever. But you don't have to be in a relationship. It's all about willingness.
Yeah.
If you're willing to love that person, to be with that person, you have to take them flaws and all.
Yeah, willing to sacrifice, being out with your girls, your boys, like we said before, that's another thing. You gotta be ready to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And you want things to work, you want things to be great, you want things to last long, you have to sacrifice a lot of things.
Yeah. Don't rush to say I do because of social media and social status.
Exactly.
Because peer pressure. Because people are pressuring you.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But don't feel like you gotta get married because your homeboy got married.
Mm-hmm.
Your homeboy might not even last long. So you make sure when you marry, make sure you're doing it for the right reason. Make sure y'all both are in love or in tune with each other. Because you don't want to be like, dang, my homeboy got married. Well, I guess I need to find somebody to get married too. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't.
That's right. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Be grateful for your kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Build your own foundation. Yeah. Because you see XYZ in a big home, and 5, 6, 10 cars, and you think they're happy. They may be miserable and fighting every day inside those 4 walls.
Like reality, don't let reality TV shows influence your life. That's what you mean, like keeping those Joneses. Just because you see the YouTube people doing big does not mean you can do the same thing. That was their purpose in their life. It's not your purpose. You should find what you two, when you and your partner are good at.
Yeah, that's right. Your journey and is unique. And own that.
Right.
Own your relationship.
Don't look at everybody else and like, dang, I don't have that. I want that. No, don't do that. You need to find your own happiness. Yeah, don't your partner.
Don't let someone else's relationship dictate. And another thing that's real touchy, and it's rules to relationships as well. Don't let an outsider dictate your relationship.
Right.
Because so many people seek attention from an outsider. Which I mean, it's good. You can have that one homeboy or one homegirl to go to, and for that influence or that advice. But don't let it dictate it. Ultimately, let it be your decision. Now, if it's bad, if they beating on you every day, then by all means, get out of there.
The old saying, not old saying, but a lot of people say, when you're single, don't listen to single friends.
Right.
Find people that's been married.
Yeah.
Or if they have been married and they got divorced, ask them. Make sure you don't do the same thing they did. Yeah. So that's another thing. Like you seek for advice, make sure you find people that's actually been married. Or be in relationships,
Yeah, and be willing to accept their good advice and their bad advice, because sometimes you may have to part ways. Yeah. But ultimately, the ultimate goal is to remain together. So
through the good and bad, like we said. I keep saying we want y'all to understand through it all. You gotta stay through the good and the bad because it will never work. Now they cheating on, like we said before.
Yeah, don't stay. That's a no-brainer. Don't seek advice for somebody that's cheating on you, because guess what? They cheat once,
they gonna do it again.
They'll do it again.
A cheater is always a cheater. Yeah. I mean, now some people can change, but it takes something major like them to lose like the love of their life because you're cheating, and it makes them wake up. Something tragic has to happen. That's how I feel about stuff like that. Something tragic has to happen for them to stop doing what they were doing.
Right. Yeah. Because just knowing people and knowing past relationships somewhat, if they cheat once, they'll cheat again. And misery loves company. You're going to continue to be miserable, and it'll just never work. It just never will, because you will always have that in the back of your mind, that person did it to you once, they'll do it again. So
like kind of like got PTSD.
Yeah, you won't never forget.
Mm-hmm.
You might put on this happy face and walk around and hold hands in public, but the whole time inside,
y'all both miserable.
You know. Now, if you're willing to work through it and you're willing to forgive that person,
Hands to him.
Yeah,
Hands
you know, better than me.
And me, because I mean, you cheat on me, it's over with.
Yeah,
don't
got
come back,
time,
don't cry,
time.
I'm sorry, nope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Find someone else.
That's negative. So, you know, but you got to just try to maintain that statue towards each other. But another thing too that's important in a relationship is you have to keep the fun.
Oh yeah, always. You can't be a boring old couple that don't like to go nowhere, man. Go on a date. That's what I say. You know, when you get married, you still gotta act like y'all in a relationship. You know, go date. You know, go on a date. Go to the movies. Go. Like we said, travel. You know, it's like y'all go traveling for a weekend.
Right.
You know, do stuff to keep the relationship young and fun. Don't be that married couple that just sit in the house 24/7 don't do nothing.
Yeah. Because the worst thing you can do is dim that burning flame. Mm-hmm. You know, because that's hard to get back once you can put that fire out.
It is.
You got to want to keep that fire and desire. You know, excuse me, and just try to keep, like you said, have fun. Go out and do things together.
Mm-hmm. Try something new.
Yeah, try something new. If you if your significant other loves to go to the national forest and you hate the outdoors, just try to compromise or whatever. Sacrifice. Yeah. You know, if you hate comedy shows but she loves them or y'all both like them, just try to find.
Or it is like if he loves sports and you don't like sports.
Yeah, that's fine.
You need to like just suck it out. You know what? I don't like it.
Yeah.
My man loves it. I'll try to enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, that's important.
Even though you might get on nerves talking about babe, what does this mean? You're like, oh my gosh. We should get you a class before you came to this game. I should get this is this. Or like you said, play a video game.
Yeah. But we appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
You know.
Like you want to play a video, you like playing video games, teach her. Because she might she's like, why this boy play this stupid game? Then she play like, oh, this is fun. I see why he play.
That's right. Then there's also different genres of games, not just sports games. Y'all might together fall in love with a crime game, you know,
or Sims. I see a lot of females play Sims.
Yeah, so again, back to that word compromise.
Yep.
And just kind of bond.
Yeah, that's the biggest key, man. You gotta compromise. You want things to work, you gotta compromise.
Yeah, so so another thing that's important, another rule that I feel is important is you have to uplift your king.
Oh yeah,
ladies, uplift your king. You know,
we go through
his dream. You can't fail if you never try.
That's right.
So if your man has a dream, don't just down it. Oh, that corny thing, man. We ain't doing that.
Yeah. No,
give him a try. Pat him on the back. Uplift him.
Yeah. Because that's a lot of artists that told I want matter of fact, I'll give them Kendrick Lamar, his wife. She with him when he first started. Look at him now. Because she believed in his dream. You have to find somebody that's gonna believe in you. Yeah. Because with men, sometimes we need a woman to believe in us for us to believe in ourselves.
And so that goes a long way.
It does. When somebody believes in your dreams. It takes you to another level. Like, oh, she believed in me. I know I can do it now. I know I can do this. So, like you said, uplift us, man. Because sometimes we go through stuff we don't like to talk about. You see us with a long face. Just say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. I appreciate you. Words of encouragement it helps a lot. So if he's been down for a couple weeks, try to encourage him. Try to say something positive about him. Or if his career not going the right way, well, baby, keep it pushing. Eventually you'll get where you want to go.
Right, and that's the worst thing. That's another terrible thing in a relationship because a man shouldn't have to go out and fight the world all day and come home and fight his significant other.
Exactly.
You should be his comfort. Yep. He should be able to come to you
with his problems.
And you should be the one that he should be able to talk to. Doesn't always happen that way, but that's just one of the important rules to a relationship.
And that's how most men cheat, because they go home and she bickers all the time. Nobody want to hear you bicker all day. We come home, we want to relax, because we like I said, fighting the world all day. We want to come home like, oh, kick our feet up, like, man, let me chill. I've been at work all day, fighting customers or doing your job, doing your career. Like, hey man, I want to chill.
And like you said, a job. It may be a job you don't even want to do, but you got to do to provide.
Yep.
And that's important too, man. Be a provider. Because some women, they'll get out there and they'll fight with you and they'll claw with you and they'll get on their grind like you. But you got to be the head. But nowadays women are right there beside you. So
that's the best thing though, because you can be equal with your woman. Don't feel like, oh, I'm a man, I gotta be man. How if she offer to pay bills, let her pay bills.
Yeah.
Or y'all come agree, like, okay, I pay this, you pay that. That's better than you just paying all, pulling all of it. You just be compromised. Let her pay bills. But she offered to pay bills, let her pay bills. Because that takes stress off of you. Because now you're not stressed like, oh, this bill doing a 15 and I ain't got the money. Let her, she willing to help, let her help. But especially marriage, you really have to like sacrifice your money too. It's not just my money, it's our money. We got bills. It's not I have bills. Or you got bills. We have bills. We have to get these bills out.
Yeah, because lights get cut off. We both in the dark.
Exactly. So don't be stubborn. It's you too. Don't be stubborn like, oh, that's his bill. No, if he's short, give him some money. Sometimes we can mishandle money. Even when you've been married 20, 30 years, you still can mishandle money. You can see something you want, like, oh shoot, I've been wanting this for a long time. And just buy it. You in debt, but you like to be a security blanket. Yeah, but fellas, you have to constantly motivate your queen too. Oh yeah. Well, you have to motivate her. If she has that dream of going back to school, push her. And y'all have enough money and she's tired of her day-to-day job, you have to, back to that word, compromise, sacrifice. And it's not always easy. But I've seen from past friends and different people in my life where it worked out for the best, and she'll appreciate it. But keep God first too. Oh yeah. That's the main thing. Put God first. And then everything else will work itself out. But just have her back, and it might be brutal on you. Yeah. You might have to watch the kids while she study and all that. Some dudes, some men, they used not seeing their kids, but she like, you gotta watch kids. Like, what? I gotta watch. She like, them kids, right? Like, you know them kids. You ain't watch them, but you gotta watch them. No, you gotta make sacrifices. And like you said, man, keep God first. Y'all should pray good every day. Make sure you pray. That goes a long way too. It does. Prayer works, especially in marriages. Y'all need to pray for each other. Pray, pray, like I say, pray for one another. Yeah, pray for one another. Pray with each other and pray for each other. That's right. So be in it for the long haul. But see, today's music influence us to have these wham bam thank you ma'am moments with women and not respect women. I say this all the time, and excuse my French, but Harriet Tubman wasn't no bitch. No. She was a tough woman. Yeah. She was very tough, and we're getting away from the Harriets and the Roses. Yep. We're more into the Megan Thee Stallions. And not the Megan, she seemed like a strong black woman. I don't really know her like that, but we're more into the city girls, where women get comfortable with calling each other the B word. That just as a black man in society that see my black women degrade themselves like that, and we fought so much for them to have equal rights and opportunities. Yeah. That's just something. And for the music nowadays, they use it so fluently. Yeah, like today's music, like I give you an example of old school music, like Johnny Gill, My Mama. He said that he basically telling everybody, man, take your lady on a date. Let her put on her favorite dress and her high heels, that sweet perfume, stuff like that. They don't make music like that no more, man. He serenade his lady, and he tell you, hey, this is how you serenade your lady. Right. Tell her put on her favorite dress and you take her out on a date. Right. And see, but now in today's music, man, it's about sex. Everybody knows sex sells. Everybody gonna talk about having multiple women. It's fun to have these women. Got a whole bunch of women in videos, and you got kids like, man, I'm a yeah, you got teenagers like, man, I don't mind having hoes. That's what we listen to. Everybody talking, I got the baddest and I got this. People, we listen to that like, oh man, he got that. I wonder how that feel. And then we follow that train.
Yep. And then you have the women on the other hand. Girl, get his money.
Oh yeah.
Girl, go get that bag, girl. Don't and so if that's the case, then you're gonna sleep with any man that got money.
Yeah, see, I mean,
and then your value and your stock and your morals go down. You lose all that.
You chase the man because he got a bag. Don't do that, man. You chase your own bag. Don't listen to these women talking about I'm taking his money. Nah, man, find your own bag.
Yeah, find your own bag.
Yeah, because music like today, it's like I said before, it's sex. Everybody want to have sex. You got kids want to have sex at 12 years old because they listen to what, I don't think, the Future talk about sex?
Yes, all the time. Drugs too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another person like Future. He talk about drugs and sex all the time. Guess what kids do? Codeine. A lot of kids drink codeine.
Molly.
Molly's.
Yeah.
So music, they some music is good. But I prefer. It depends on who's the rapper. I'm not gonna listen to everybody.
Okay. And to piggyback off what you just said, I wasn't always in the position I am today. As far as towards relationships, music, and the B word towards women.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they wasn't saying a B word when you was growing up like that.
Yeah,
calling each other B's. Oh, there you go, B. No, B word. I feel like back in your day it was a fight word. You call somebody B, it's a fighting word.
It was. Yeah, when you say that, you ready to brawl. But but it takes growth, and that's what this podcast is all about. Helping those who are lost to try to find their way, and we can't take everybody. We would love to, but we feel as if once you listen to us or watch this podcast, that you would have some type of growth or want to grow, or that you would take something out of it.
Take a little nugget, because we drop nuggets out on.
Yeah, we drop nuggets. Yeah, and it's not just an uncle and a nephew just sitting up here rambling and talking about things, but you can take some of these rules to relationships and apply them to your own relationship or something to fall back on. Let us be a guideline towards you.
It's okay listening to two people, two different generations. It's okay because both of us know about dating and relationships. So listen, we know what we're talking about. Trust me.
Yeah.
We ain't just, like you said, we ain't just two guys just rambling. Oh, what we think. No, it's stuff we know. We picking stuff that we know to talk
facts. About.
Yeah, speaking
big
facts.
Old facts.
Anybody sit there like, oh, we lying now. We're gonna give you the truth. That's why it's called humility and unapologetic, because we're gonna be humble about it, but we also don't care what you think.
At the same time, we're trying to help you grow as a person. So, yeah. So one take on today is just try to better yourself. If you're willing to be in a relationship, be in one, but work on yourself first.
Yeah,
that's the most important relationship. The relationship that you have with yourself and the relationship you have with God. So
keep relationship with God, man. Keep God first, and keep yourself. Make sure you love yourself and take care of yourself, because once you do that, somebody else gonna take care of you.
That's right.
So, what we talking about next week?
Next week we'll be talking about generational differences, and we will have a special guest who is my brother, who is also
my father.
And he has a lot to talk about when it comes to generational differences. We hope that you tune in
to next time. It's gonna be a good show.
Yes, indeed. All right. Peace.
Deuces.